Lifetime Achievement Award so I can present it to Rick. So you can do it, okay? Why don't you read what it says on there?
Lifetime Achievement Award presented to Melvin Baker for 37 years of dedicated service as an award-winning band director and administrator in the Miami-Dade County School System, April 2011. And then a little slogan about Mel, you made it happen.
Rick would like to say a few words on that.
Good afternoon. I'm thrilled to be here today to accept this honor on behalf of my dad, Mel Baker. With all of his heart, as Matt said, Dad was looking forward to attending this concert today in person. He has been hospitalized since March 9th, and things have been a little bit more challenging than we all had anticipated. We are blessed, however, that he is making progress. He's moving forward, and on behalf of myself and my family, we want to express our profound appreciation for the outpouring of concern and well wishes from the music family. My earliest memories of Dad's career in music, and I may touch on the Southbridge years here in a moment, were during his time as band director at Southwest Miami High School. As I was very young at the time, anyone who remembers me will remember me shorter than Stephen, my son, is right now. But the memories are somewhat sketchy, but I do have a few very sharp, acute memories of that time. During that time, I learned how forgiving my dad was. I was very amused and entertained with paper airplanes at that time and age. And he had the most wonderful targets set up across the back of the band room. And they were, if anybody knows the marching bands of that day, those were the big sousaphones with the bell that faced forward. And those were just brilliant targets for airplanes. The example of his forgiveness is that I'm here today. I shouldn't be. In my high school years, I did attend Southbridge, and I was in my dad's band for 2 years, and 2 very memorable years. My fondest memories were from my 10th grade year, when he guided our marching band through all superior ratings at contest. He took us to Jacksonville to compete in the Marching Bands of America competition, then led us through concert season to straight superior ratings at county and state contests. One quick note on Jacksonville. We were 12th that year. They had little, mind you, we were all Miamians, although I kind of have the skin tone of a northerner. I was from Miami as well. So our blood was quite thin. Jacksonville at that time was 20 degrees and windy. The two don't mix. So we had made the cut, and they took the top 12 bands to compete in the finals that evening. And so what would happen? All the bands would go through their program, and then everybody would line up on field one at a time, and you would wait standing on that windy 20-degree field in Jacksonville, open roof, of course, and wait for everybody to get lined up as they announced each winner. Now, the program was, once the 12th place was announced, they march off the field. And on so all the way up to first place. And then finally, the first place band would be the only band left on the field. I cannot tell you how many of my bandmates found religion that night that we would be 12th. And if anyone says God doesn't answer prayers, we were 12th that evening, and we got off the field. For anyone who remembers the adorably cute uniforms of the Spartanettes in that group, they were short skirts, real thin clothing, real cute outfit, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad I was born a guy. Dad's passion and commitment and desire for precision in his work left such an enduring impression on all of us. The energy and enthusiasm that everyone felt just inspired us to do our best for each other and for our band director, who was giving us every ounce of his energy as well. Dad introduced us to the finest composers of our generation and earlier. And as I had prepared a few remarks, I had looked at the program that was prepared for today, and I found great consistency with this list. So I was quite joyed when I saw some of the program today. He introduced us to some of these finest composers of our generation and earlier, names such as Percy Grainger, Clifton Williams, Gustav Holst, John Philip Sousa, Henry Fillmore, Alfred Reed, one of my personal favorite composers, Antonin Dvorak, Peter Ilyich Tchaikovsky, and Dmitri Shostakovich. Just some brilliant composers that he introduced us to. I remember in his job ultimately it was a job, but to him it was a life's love. But in his job, his annual summer routine consisted of a day trip to the sheet music store, preparing for the season. He would scour the shelves looking for new band music for that upcoming season. In those summers, the family accompanied him on his trips to music conventions throughout the state of Florida. Those were our family vacations. Then followed the card tables unfolded in the family room and set up for weeks on end as he prepared and drew up those halftime shows that we sort of saw some of the sketches on screen. He individually choreographed the movement and timing of up to 300 musicians and field performers single-handedly. With no time to rest, it was time to go back into school at the end of the summer, still before the fall session. He began preparing the voluminous amounts of marching and concert band sheet music, managing the uniform inventories and rental instruments, preparing the facilities to welcome the entire band and auxiliary student population to the marching band mini camp. His was a commitment that expected military-like precision of scheduling and discipline, and it did foster that respect among the student population, as they knew exactly what their expectations were and the consequences otherwise. Now, further on a personal level, this was a man who loved and supported his family so much that he made the wrenching decision to take his career in a direction that could financially accommodate two sons going away to college. While he fully committed himself to a new career in the sales field, he knew that something vital was missing in his life, and he knew it immediately. That was the love that he had for his career in the school system, utilizing his leadership, his management and organizational skills to guide and prepare young adults for their next phase in life. So it seemed such a natural fit when the position of activities director at Southridge Senior High opened up, and Dad was welcomed back to the Southridge faculty family. In this new role, he enjoyed the excitement of event and activities planning that was intense from the first day of school to the last day of school each year. This role would see him through to the end of his career in the school system in '97. If Dad was here with us today, he would acknowledge that his recognition today is reflective of a larger collective of his generation, to instill love and appreciation for fine music as an essential component to developing a balanced individual. To that end, he routinely lobbied the Dade County School Board, preparing and delivering his testimony before the board of the importance of ongoing funding for music education in the county school system. As the arts always seem to be a convenient target for budget cutting, his efforts played a pivotal role in preserving funding for this vital component of the public school curriculum. On behalf of my dad, I would like to extend a very, very gracious thank you for this tremendous honor and recognition. I know he accepts this with great humility, knowing that he was also surrounded by highly dedicated, talented musicians and teachers at surrounding schools throughout the county and across the state. He also would highlight the tremendous contributions of all of the families of the students who gave countless hours volunteering their time and energy in just myriad ways. Some of his greatest joys have come from former students who have reached out to him over the years to share their fond memories and the personal impact that he had on their lives. That said, I would like to thank Matt Leone and the entire Miami Wind Symphony organization. I would like to thank them for making this event and this recognition, this award for my dad possible. Their commitment to this fine art is reflective of everything Dad has worked so hard to promote throughout his career. To that end, I sincerely implore all of you to do everything in your power to support this fine organization, to give it its lifeblood, to sustain and grow its gifts to the community, to the state, and to the nation. Bring a family member to their concerts. Bring a friend. Tell church members, anybody who just wants to hear a sincere effort at just preserving the beautiful things in life. Everyone who supports this organization will become their family. And finally, a personal note to Dad from me. Dad, I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of your commitment and dedication to music education and the impact you had on so many lives. You're a hero to a kid who was awestruck with your command, your mastery, and the passion for your art. I love you, and I hope you're back on your feet very soon. Thank you so much.
Stephen would like to say something to help. This is one of Mel Baker's favorite phrases, and Stephen would like to say it out loud to help get his grandpa out of the hospital as soon as possible. Go ahead.
Make it happen.
One more thing, and then we're going to get on our way. Those of you that have followed this whole thing on Facebook know that when I went up to interview Mel Baker, out of guilt, I tried to give him this concert blazer back that I kind of kept after my last concert in 1975, 35 years ago, and he looked at it and said, "You didn't even get it dry cleaned." So here it is, it's dry cleaned. And the receipt's on there and everything, so I'm not going to take this back to this year, Dad. Get ready, we're gonna play a march and then we're gonna go into intermission. But the reason we're playing a march is because we want to get you in